Ex-homeless people, what is your craziest story? I lived in a storage unit for 8 months without anyone knowing. Unit 412 at Metro Storage became my home after I lost my apartment and couldn't afford the deposit for a new place. The facility manager locked up at 11 p.m. every night, so I'd slip in through a gap in the back fence around midnight. Inside my unit, I had everything set up perfectly. A twin mattress from Goodwill, a camping stove I bought for $30, and this tiny TV connected to a car battery that I'd charge at the library during the day. I showered at Planet Fitness with their $10 membership and told people I lived just outside of town when they asked. The facility was pretty quiet most nights, just me and the occasional late-night visitor grabbing something from their unit. I'd been there for months without any problems until this one night in March. Around 2 a.m. I heard screaming. Not loud screaming, but muffled, like someone had their mouth covered. It was coming from Unit 411, right next to mine. At first I thought maybe someone was watching a horror movie on their phone or something. Storage units aren't soundproof, so you hear weird stuff sometimes. But the next night, it happened again. Same time, same muffled sounds. I pressed my ear against the thin metal wall between our units. I could hear gasps, whispers, but nothing clear enough to understand. My gut told me something was wrong, but I couldn't afford to leave. I had nowhere else to go. The third night, there was a new sound. Banging, like someone hitting the walls. Then more muffled screaming. I was getting freaked out, but what was I supposed to do? Call the cops and explain why I was living illegally in a storage unit. By Thursday, there was a smell, sweet and rotting, like when you forget to take out the trash for too long. It was seeping through the wall into my unit. I couldn't ignore it anymore. I grabbed my phone and texted the facility manager, Jake, pretending to be a regular customer. Hey, something's leaking into Unit 412. Smells horrible. Might be a busted pipe or something. Jake texted back within an hour. I'll check it out tomorrow morning. The next day, I watched from across the street as Jake arrived with 2 police officers. They cut the lock on Unit 411 and went inside. 5 minutes later, one of the cops came running out and threw up in the parking lot. They found a makeshift soundproof room inside the unit. Foam padding duct-taped to the walls, a camping chair, and Rebecca Martinez, a 23-year-old woman who'd been missing for 3 weeks. She was alive, but barely. The guy who took her had been keeping her there, coming by every few nights. The police cordoned off the whole facility as a crime scene. I had to come forward and give a statement. When they asked what I was doing there, I panicked and said I'd only been sleeping there a few nights because my apartment was being fumigated. The detective seemed suspicious but didn't push it. The story made national news within days. Not just about the kidnapper, but about the man living next door who saved a life. Reporters called me a hero. I felt like a fraud. A nonprofit that helps homeless people reached out after seeing the story. They offered me temporary housing, no questions asked. A reporter from the local paper helped me write about the whole experience for their magazine. That article somehow got picked up by bigger outlets. 6 months later, a security company hired me as a consultant. Turns out companies pay good money for someone who can spot the vulnerabilities in their buildings that everyone else misses. Rebecca recovered and testified at the trial. The guy got life without parole.